All right, YouTube, how you doing? Welcome back to the channel. Big old smile on this face. We're coming off of a sweep. Last night we got 2-0. We had the Celtics plus 3.5. They lose by 3. Now, as a Celtics fan, it does hurt to see them lose, but man, buying that extra half point, perfect right there, guys. And we also had Spencer Dinwiddie's over in points, rebounds, and assists. That cashes as well. Apologies, we are in the car. There's some parking garage construction going on behind me, so hopefully we don't get any interruptions. But if we do, hey, we'll just do a joint show, you know what I mean, between me and the construction guys. But guys, we got a bunch of games on the NBA slate today. Make sure to hit that subscribe button, hit that like button as well as we jump into it here. We're starting it off with the Magic taking on the Pacers here. Magic 5-point favorites. Total is sitting at 233 right now. Last time these two teams played was late November. Orlando lost 123-102. Indiana was 7-point favorites in this game, and they did cover that one. Obviously, they played a couple days before that as well, and Indiana only won by 5 points. Orlando covered. So they've split the last 2 outings against each other when it comes to against the spread. But Orlando's playing really, really well in their last 10 games here. 7-3 against the spread, 3-1 in their last 4 against the spread. And you know what I said, I think, the last time the Pacers played. I'm not really trusting the Pacers right now with no Tyrese Haliburton. So I am going to lean Orlando. I'll tell you right now, like I tell you in every video, all the final plays will be in the pinned comment, guys. Obviously, we go through each and every game. I give you my lean, I give you what I'm thinking, but what I'm actually going to be rolling with will be in the pinned comment, and I don't think this game is going to be in the pinned comment, if I'm being completely honest. I can't see, though the Magic have been great against the spread recently, right? I can't see myself going and leaning that way, minus 5 points. So I'm going to lean the Magic. I think that the play probably is the Magic if you are taking this game, but I think it's a psycho game to take, guys. In terms of a total, probably lean the under, but again, this game may be a punt away for me. Moving on, what I think is going to be a decent game. Sixers taking on the Nets here. Sixers 6-point favorites. Total sitting at 228. Last time they played was November 22nd. Philly won 115-106. They were 7.5-point dogs in that game, and they won outright. They were at home. That was the only meeting this season. Last 10 games, though, Philly 5-5 against the spread, 1-3 in the last 4 at home. It's not like the Brooklyn Nets have been any better. They're 2-5 in the last 7 against the spread. Obviously, no Kevin Durant there. Joel Embiid questionable in this game. James Harden also questionable. So keep an eye on the injury report. I think no matter who plays, this is going to be a good game, a tight game. So I'm going to lean Brooklyn here, regardless of injuries. But obviously, keep an eye on that injury report if you are on the Philly side of things for sure, because Joel Embiid and James Harden, obviously, you have 2 of their best players there. So keep an eye on that injury report, all right? Moving on, we got the Hawks traveling to OKC. The Thunder 1.5-point dogs at home. Total sitting at 236.5. I do like the under in this one. I think this one could get a little sloppier than people might think. I know not much defense, a lot of scoring, that type of thing, but I do like the under in this game. They played in early December. OKC won 121-114. They're 6.5-point dogs. Still won that game outright. The rumbling covering Thunder are back, ladies and gentlemen. 9-1 in their last 10 games against spread. 3-0 in their last 3 home games at home. And you know the Pigeons are the Pigeons. The Atlanta Pigeons are the Pigeons on the road there, though they are playing a little bit better. I am going to lean OKC here. I just trust them a little bit more at home. Again, they're 9-1. They've covered 9 straight, so I think 9. I could be wrong about that, but I believe 9-0 in their last 9 games against spread. 9-1 in their last 10 here. I do like them tonight. This is a game where, you know, plus 1.5. You wish you were getting a couple more points, but you know, these two teams seem to match up well against each other. So I like the Thunder in this one. And again, that under is enticing. Keep an eye on the pinned comment to see if that becomes a final play. Moving on here, we got the Bucks 7-point favorites at home taking on the Nuggets. 2 good teams playing right now. In terms of injuries, you're going to want to note the injury report for Denver. They've had Jokic on and off the injury report last couple games. Same thing with Giannis in Milwaukee. Neither one of those guys, as of right now, early in the morning, are on the injury report. So it looks like they're going to play. Looks like we're going to get a fully healthy Denver and Milwaukee team for the most part. And 7 points seems like it's a lot. I know Denver is playing like one of the better teams in the West. And this Bucks team obviously is this Bucks team. But for whatever reason, I think that this Bucks game at home, they're going to come in guns blazing and really win this one after, what was it, last year? I don't have the year here. It clearly wasn't January 30th this year. So I'm assuming it was last year in my notes. Denver won 136-100. So the Bucks, I feel like that taste has to stick in their mouth, and they come out and play dominant at home. So So I'm going to lean the Bucks. This may be one that we just enjoy as NBA fans here, if you don't feel strongly about it. Because if someone was in the comments saying, no, dude, +7 is the play for the Nuggets, I don't think I can get myself to argue you. Like, I get it. The Nuggets are playing really well. They're playing at their own pace, and they're controlling games that they're in. So if you're on the Denver side of things, I guess I wouldn't argue you. I just think that this Bucks team at home with a bad taste in their mouth go out there and play some good basketball here. And I also like the under in this one as well. I think that we can get defensive here. Guys, before we move on to the rest of the slate, I do want to talk to you guys about potentially becoming ballers, the channel members on the channel. $2.99 a month. We're producing multiple models for you guys to incorporate in your sports betting research. We have an against the spread model. We have a totals model. We have a player points, rebounds, and assists model. And now we have value trend play models for you guys. The value trend plays is brand new. It just started this week. I'm loving it so far. What we do is we look at all the major lines, points, rebounds, assists, steals, blocks, PRA, that type of thing, and look at the all players lines, their last 3 weeks of games, and how their percentage of going over that line. If they've hit 60 or more percent of those games, the over, they qualify for the value trend. And then we also exclude guys that are not playing defenses that favor them. So only the list of plays that you get are only guys that have hit 60% of their last 3 weeks of games and playing a top 10 bad defense in that category. So it's pretty cool what we do over there. So consider becoming a baller, guys. $2.99 a month. I know plenty of sites charge you $100 a month for their model. Now we're just trying to do our best out here. $2.99. That price may go up soon. We've gotten a lot of DMs and a lot of third parties reaching out being like, we can make this better for you. Trying to keep that price down for you guys. $2.99 a month. Moving on, we got the Pelicans taking on the Timberwolves here. Pelicans 2.5-point favorites in this game. They played late December here. 119-118 was the final. Minnesota covered. We're on the right side of that one, if my memory serves me correctly. New Orleans is not playing very good basketball, and Minnesota seemingly turning things around. 8-12 against the spread. 8-4 against spread in their last 12 games. Rudy Gobert is questionable. I'll say this: if Rudy Gobert is playing, I'm leaning the Timberwolves in this one, getting 2.5 points. If he's not playing, I'm probably sticking away from this game. In terms of a total, 232. I do like the over. Houston taking on the Wizards. Houston 3.5-point dogs on their own floor. 229.5 is the total. This Wizards team coming off of a game last night against Dallas. They won 127-126 in a hard-fought one. Regardless of them being on a back-to-back, that's why this line is what it is. If there's no major injuries, I'm going to lean Washington in this one. Obviously, no Kristaps, but if Bradley Beal, who's been on and off the injury report this season, if he's out, then maybe we look at Houston. Probably not, though. We probably stick to Washington in this game, so I'm going to lean Washington. In terms of a total, I don't hate the over in this game either. All right, we got Warriors hosting the Grizzlies. Warriors 3-point favorites at home. Total 240.5. I don't have a play on this total. I'll tell you that right away. I wanted to go under, but I couldn't get myself to get there. So no lean really on the total here. In terms of a spread on Christmas Day, the Warriors won 123-109. Memphis, they were absolutely on a tear. 1-4 in the last 5 against the spread, though. Ja Morant is upgraded to probable. No Steven Adams. For Golden State here, who are 4-2 in their last 6 games, they are healthy here. 3-point favorites at home. Give me them. This might be if I had the soundboard, I'd hit the psycho alert alarm button, because maybe I'm crazy. Warriors, you know, they've been up and down the season, multiple injuries to deal with, and then you have the Grizzlies, who were and still are one of the hottest teams in the NBA. Maybe I'm crazy, but I am going to lean Warriors here -3. Let me know in the comments what you guys are specifically rolling with in this game. I'm very curious. Kings 3.5-point favorites taking on the Raptors. Total 239.5. These Kings beat the Raptors by 1 point. They were 5-point dogs, and they won last time out. That was December 14th. In their last 10 games, Kings 6-4 against the spread. Raptors 5-2 in their last 7, or 6-4 in their last 10 here. 1-2 against the spread on the road. The Kings, I trust them. We call them the Rumbling Covering Kings. We call them the Covering Kings. That's the Rumbling Covering Thunder. 3.5 points. Seems like it may be a little bit too much to give, but we're staying loyal. We're rolling with a team that has won us some money lately. Obviously, that was a risky play, taking them, -4 against the Grizzlies a couple nights when we didn't know about any injuries or anything like that. They win the game by 33 points. This Kings team may be finding a little bit of a stride. We're going to lean that way here. In terms of a total, 239, I think that this one could be an up-tempo game, but I could also see it being super, slow if the Toronto Raptors get sort of a hold of the pace. So your guess is as good as mine. I don't want to BS you guys for a pick. I'm going to lean over because that was my gut and, looking at pace of play and whatnot, but I could totally see this game going under too. So don't take my word. Take that with a grain of salt. But I do like the Kings here, minus the points. Portland taking on the Jazz. Portland 3.5-point favorites. Total 237.5. This Jazz team, they started off hot. They still have covered 4 out of their last 5 games here. Portland, on the other hand, struggling a little bit. They have covered 1 game in their last 4, 2 out of the last 5, but they've had a decently challenging strength of schedule. That being said, I do like the Jazz in this game. They are, kind of deceivingly playing a little bit better than they were. They started off red hot, right? And then they went into like a month or 2 sort of downslide. I think that they're coming back a little bit now, coming back just closer to what they were at the beginning of the season. I'm not trying to pump gas into the Jazz car here. Don't think I'm like the biggest Jazz fan out here. I do just think getting 3.5 points against a team like the Trailblazers is a good spot for them. Lakers taking on the Spurs. Lakers 5.5-point favorites. The Spurs team covering against Portland for us last game, or not covering, excuse me. Lakers taking an L against the Clippers. We were on the wrong side of that one. I liked the Lakers in that game. I don't think we made it a final play, but we did lead in that way, and I did think Lakers here could beat the Clippers at home. Do we feel that same way again? Yeah, so maybe, fool me once, shame on you, fool me once or twice, shame on me. I'm going to lean Lakers again, minus the 5.5 points. This Spurs team obviously isn't playing great basketball. They have a couple injuries to note as of, Devin Vassell has been out for a while here. Keep an eye on the injury report. Anthony Davis actually upgraded to probable, and Rui Hachimura is upgraded to probable as well. So I know I kind of botched the intro to that game, but I am going to lean Lakers minus 5.5 points here. In terms of a total 244. Looking at the under, it just seems too high to me. But guys, that's going to wrap it up for today's video. Hopefully you guys do enjoy, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.